Hey guys, Alec, Peirce at the ranch. Get closer here, Kevin. All right, there. Can you hear me okay? Okay, here I am out in the field. What's that joke about a man out standing in his field? Whatever. It's springtime here at the ranch. I have talked to you guys about wood stoves before. You've seen our wood stove and some ideas. I'm actually going to do another small session on wood stoves because somebody asked me, how do you adjust the door to make sure it's sealed properly, not leaking air? We'll do that. And you've seen our woodshed. We'll go back to see our great woodshed, which is the 4th year now and is working beautifully. The only thing is it isn't big enough. This past winter, early in the spring, I think it was, in the fall, we increased the size of it. We increased it by a full 1/3. It was easy. I'll show you that. A couple of posts and some tin roofing is on a beautiful woodshed. And we keep 5 bush cords of wood. Hence this video. Because somebody said, Alec, what's a bush cord? And then somebody else said, well, I don't buy a bush cord, I buy face cords. And there's a bit of a problem going on with this bush cord, face cord thing. Let me talk to you about it for just a minute. Okay. Traditionally, and we're talking hundreds of years, people bought wood, firewood, we're talking firewood here, by the bush cord. That's what's called a bush cord. And a bush cord is a specific size. That's never changed. A bush cord is a bush cord. It's 128 cubic feet. How do you get 128 cubic feet? Well, a bush cord is measured by the size of the pile. Now this is interesting because there might be some variation in one man's bush cord and then the next bush cord, but the variation isn't very much. Let me explain. A bush cord is split stacked wood. So the wood is split and stacked. It is cut into 16-inch lengths. They have to be 16-inch lengths. Okay? And then they're stacked into a pile, into a rectangular pile, like a Kleenex box. They're stacked 4 feet high. This, by the way, folks, is 4 feet. So 4 feet high. The pile is 4 feet high. And there are 3 16-inch fire logs end to end, which is 4 feet. 3 16ths is 48. So 4 feet high, 4 feet wide, okay? And then they're stacked 8 feet long. So if you see this rectangle here, this rectangle, 4 feet high, 4 feet wide, 8 feet long. That, folks, is a bush cord, stacked wood. Now it'll only vary a little wee bit because it depends on the shape of the wood. Sometimes the wood is triangular, sometimes it's a curved edge, so there's some air spaces in there. That's accounted for in the bush cord. When you stack the wood, split wood into 16-inch lengths, and you fill this space, you have a bush cord. That doesn't change. Okay? Now this is too much wood for you. Either it's too much for you to carry, to haul to the house, or you don't need that much to burn, whatever. We burn about 4 or 5 of these because we heat the house with just wood and in the wintertime, and we burn about 5 bush cords like this. But some people don't want that much. So some time ago, quite a while ago, they came up with a smaller amount for people who don't need this much wood. And they called that a face cord. Now, a face cord means that, remember, we got three logs here, 1 to 3 logs, and then they go down like that, 3 piles of wood. Well, if you take this pile of wood off, that'd be the face, wouldn't it? That'd be the face of this side, okay? And then you could take this piece off here, this whole wall off here, take that, that's another face. This big bush cord has 2 faces. You take off that face and you got that face, so you have 2 face cords. That's a face cord. Yeah. Okay, so you can see it now. A face cord is 16 inches only, still 4 feet high and 8 feet long. Yeah. And there's another one here, 16 inches, 4 feet high, 8 feet long. That's a face cord. You take those 2 out, and guess what? You have 1 more left in the middle. 16 inches long, 4 feet high, and 8 feet of that. 3 face cords to a bush cord. That's the way it is supposed to be. That's the way it was, and that's what you should be buying when you buy a face cord. Here's the problem. Some people have said, and there's a variety of reasons why this might happen, but I think the most common reason is people have said a 16-inch log won't fit into my fireplace. Because a lot of fireplaces are small, they're just used for supplementary heating or for looks. And you get a 16-inch log, it's a good sized log, and sometimes to get them in, so people said to the wood people, the farmers, whoever they're buying the wood from, they said, listen, can you make the logs a little short? You make them like maybe just 12 inches, a foot long. And then it'd be easier for me to pick that up, and it'd be easier for me to put into the fireplace as well. And the farmer, he thinks for a minute, farmers aren't stupid, he says, sure, I can sell you a face cord that's 12 inches long, no problem. So here's what's happened, folks, and here's where you need to be careful. If the wood supplier, the wood, whoever it is, the farm, whoever it is, that supplies you with the wood, sells you a face cord, and it's 12 inches long, it needs to be cheaper. Because think about it, 12 inches, 12 inches, 12 inches, and 12 inches. 4 12s is 48. He is now getting 4 face cords out of that same bush cord. The bush cord is no bigger, it's no different, it's no smaller, no bigger. It's a bush cord. But he has cut the logs into 12-inch lengths. And you now get 4 face cords. That's right, instead of 3, he's now getting 4. So he's making a lot more money on the same bush cord, unless he's giving you a hefty discount. So keep that in mind when you're buying wood. This right over here, roughly, I don't know if you can pan over here for a second, Kevin. This is roughly a bush cord. Roughly a bush cord. These logs are 4 feet long. And this pile is about 8 feet long. So when we split this into 6, because we use 16-inch log, we split this log into 3 pieces. 16 inches, 16 inches, and 16 inches. And then we split all this wood and we stack it up. We'll have a bush cord. This wood will fill this space almost perfectly. And the logs will be 16 inches long. It'll be a bush cord. And if we take off 1 row of those 16-inch fire logs, that'll be a face cord. Keep that in mind. So when you buy a bush cord, that's what you get. When you buy a face cord, it should be 16 inches long. 4 feet high, 8 feet in length. If you get 12-inch logs, you need to get a substantial reduction in price because you're still buying part of a bush cord, but now they're smaller. That farmer is getting, or the woodman, I don't want to blame the farmers, but whoever's doing your wood for you, he's getting a full extra face cord out of that. You should be getting about a 25% discount, perhaps, on a 12-inch face cord. I hope that makes sense to you, okay? 3 16-inch face cords in a bush cord is traditional. In the last number of years, I don't know how long, people have asked for 12-inch sticks for their fireplace. So now the farmer gets 4 face cords out of that same bush cord. They should be cheaper. I hope that's clear. When we go in and do the thing on the fireplace, Kevin, maybe I'll see if I can show them what the sticks look like and why they don't fit. Anyway, there you go, guys. A little bit of information on the bush cords and face cords. And now I need to get Diana out here so we can start splitting this stuff and filling up our woodshed. I may get Kevin to take a picture, just a snap of our woodshed. You see the addition on it and how it's stacked up with wood. Okay, that's enough. Give me, let me call if you have any questions or different parts of the country. Sometimes there's a difference between face cords and so on. There's never a difference between bush cords. It's always the same thing. 128 cubic feet, 4 feet, 4 feet, 8 feet. Do the math. Hope that helps. Anyway, talk to you soon, guys. Alec, Peirce at the ranch, heading out to split some wood.